I think I'm done. I honestly think that I'm done with Jeff Keighley shows. And Jeff, we follow each other on social media. You'll probably see this video. You say that you watch my videos reacting to your shows. And I usually there's something I find interesting. There's a lot of things I don't like. But this might be the final straw for me. This really might be the absolute final straw for me. Because what you made me sit through for 2 hours, because I have to sit through this. I'm a video game content creator. What you made me sit through for 2 hours had me questioning my sanity, questioning whether or not like I'm out of touch just when it comes to video games. Maybe this hobby has passed me by somehow, something that I've been, actively doing for 35, 36 years playing video games. Maybe it's finally passed me by. My finger's no longer on the pulse. But then I realized, well, it doesn't really matter what the pulse is. It matters what I think. I'm RGT85. This is my channel. This is a channel for my opinions. If people disagree with me, that's fine. They can make videos. They can go on forums and social media platforms and make their posts about how they love this show. But Gamescom 2024, that was the worst piece of shit I've ever watched in my life. The fact that you drug that out for 2 hours, Jeff, we have to have a come to Jesus meeting here. Because I think I'm done with your shows. This self-serving autofellatio biggest game showcase of the time frame that it happens. It's time to drop the stick, man. Because you're losing sight of everything. Let's talk about what was good at this showcase. The Batman MetaQuest 3 game. That game looked really cool. I'm really excited for that game. I have to buy a MetaQuest 3 just to play the game, but that's okay because I like exclusives. It gives me a reason to buy a platform, which we'll talk about that in just a second. But I was definitely pleasantly surprised with the quality of this game. Meta, please make a headset bundle that's like Batman colors. What are you doing? You're leaving money on the table there. People are going to buy this freaking MetaQuest 3 just to play Batman. Make the bundle. Call of Duty looked fine. It looked like Call of Duty. There was Monster Hunter Wilds. Again, I don't know why they keep showing up at every showcase under the sun to show off more and more of this game. Like, I get it. It's Monster Hunter Wilds. It looks really good. You can chill out a little bit. Indiana Jones was there. Thought the gameplay looked good. Got a release date. Believe it was December 6th. Might have been the 9th. No, I'm pretty sure it was the 6th. Then, of course, we got the PS5 announcement coming spring of 2025. Go watch my video yesterday for my thoughts on that. Little Nightmares 3 looked all right. Fake Little Nightmares 3 looked okay. And then there's the rest of the show. The rest of the show, I'm sorry, it was not about video games. It's not about getting big titles for people to get excited about. It's about whoever's trying to pay up money to put their games on the show. Because 90% of the people watching that didn't want to see some of those games. How many games do I need to see that look like Fortnite? That look like a Fortnite asset flip? How many games do I need to see that are, roguelike cooking, building simulator stuff? Like, I understand that there is a market for this stuff, but there is also a time and a place, and a certain time and place when to talk about these things, to have the audience appreciate them. You showed off Borderlands 4 to start off the show. Borderlands, the franchise that's getting absolutely ripped apart for its horrible ass movie right now, that completely flopped, is having to come to digital platforms way sooner than they anticipated. And then you show off a Borderlands 4 game. The best part about this show for me was the fact that the crowd did not give a shit about a lot of this. And unlike these American crowds who are just absolutely disgusting, who go to these shows and cry and scream at every little announcement like a toddler, because they're so excited to be there in their little clique with all their things, and they want Jeff to shine that little camera on them when the game awards are happening so they can get their 5 seconds of fame. You didn't have any of those camera cuts during this. You didn't have anything like that. Why? Because the crowd was very humanized. They were very docile. And if something didn't hit with them, they were just silent. Of course, you've got commercials because you definitely need commercials in something where people have to pay to put money, to put their trailer on there. You definitely need more money, Jeffrey. Like, I don't hate you, man, but come on, bro. Come on. The UN was there. What the fuck was that? They did a segment during a show about video games called Gamers for the Planet, Players for the Planet, or something like that. And they gave us tips to put our console into energy saver mode so that you can help. And then they gave an award to the company that they felt like was the best in renewable energy or stuff like that. And they gave it to Tencent. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this. There's a little lesson for you guys here, a little education here on RGT. Tencent is based in China, okay? Now, go look at a graph of which country is responsible for the most in pollution, the highest amount of pollution. And then come back here, and it's China. So is Tencent really doing anything? Like, come on. Let's be realistic here, people. Let's be realistic. What is this? Why is this a thing? Why is this something that is happening during the Game Award or the Gamescom? Could it have been there was some UN funding involved in this as well so that they could put out a message that they want to put out there that, hey, kids, put your console in energy saver mode to help the planet? Even though countries like China and India just do whatever they want and it completely supersedes anything that one individual could actually do. But I digress. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But to bring it back full circle, what does this have to do with video games? Why are there so many weird, strange, cutesy style games that nobody's ever heard of and nobody's ever going to play? And like, I get it. Video games are a very subjective thing. And there's supposed to be something for everyone at these presentations. Variety is the spice of life. But when major companies are not showing up for this event, when you constantly have events, you had one in the summer, you have one in the fall, you have one during winter, you're going to blow your load eventually. You're going to run out of shit to talk about, especially in an industry that is not doing all that well. You've got people up there talking about World of Warcraft DLC, Diablo DLC. You end the presentation on a Mafia teaser, where you don't get to see any of the game. This is the big reveal announcement thing. Mafia, the old country. But no, and by the way, old country means that it's probably taking place in Italy. But you couldn't be half-assed enough to get actual gameplay footage. Just an announcement and some British guy going, hey, mate, the game's going to be good, mate. We're going to have fun with the game, mate. Pip, pip, cheerio. Like, what the hell was this show? How much money did you make from the show? This is the problem with video games, bro. It's gotten too mainstream. It's crazy to think about. But, like, I honestly feel like the more companies saw that they could make money within the video game industry and potentially exploit people, the more they got involved in it. How many Netflix games were at this presentation? How many Netflix exclusive games? And why is that? Because they're shelling out the money. They're giving the big bucks to go to these presentations that Keighley puts on. They're all making money there and pretty much just laughing at us. You know, the people who helped make this industry what it is. And you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh. And I don't think Jeff is a bad guy. But I think this show was an absolute piece of shit. I feel like I wasted my time watching this. I feel like the pacing of it was terrible. The fact that there's still commercials in a show that is already being paid for handsomely to put your trailer during one of these things. They had a fucking game starring Jeff Keighley. some weird Fall Guys clone weird thing with Fortnite online play, one of those games that's going to completely flop? You don't think that's a little bit weird? You don't think that's a little bit biased? I'm done. I'm done with these shows. I'm sorry. I'm not watching them anymore. And if it's because of me just being an old cranky man, so be it. That's fine. There are many other video game shows that I watch and I enjoy. And don't come on here saying that I don't enjoy anything. I thoroughly enjoyed the Xbox showcase earlier this year. I've liked some of the Nintendo Directs we've gotten. Maybe not so much the Sony stuff, but they're having a bit of a quiet year. There's a lot of stuff that I like. But to me, this show is the epitome. This would be like me hyping up this book that I'm doing, The Art of N64 Wrestling Games. And then you get the book, and it's literally 2 pages, and then you open the book, and it's just a piece of shit in the middle of it. And, like, that's it. Don't hype up presentations. Don't say that it's going to be, like, the biggest, coolest thing and have all these exclusive reveals and stuff when you know damn well that people are going to be like, oh, it's one of those games. Oh, it's something like that. Oh, it's a mobile game. Oh, it's a hero shooter game. Sorry, Jeff. We're breaking up, buddy. I still think you're a decent human, but I do think you need a little bit of a reality check when it comes to these shows. I think you're just running yourself too thin at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? Because now I almost feel like you feel like you have this responsibility that you need to continually do these shows. And now you have 3 big shows a year. Really, you have 3. You have Summer Games Fest, you have Gamescom Opening Night Live, and you have the Game Awards. The industry is kind of slowing down a little bit right now. And if you don't have quality stuff to showcase, maybe we could trim those times a little bit. Why wouldn't you want to do that if it made a tighter and better show? Because it's just about the money. Anyways, guys, this is just my opinion on it. I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to go do. This literally ruined my day. This show ruined my day. And I don't want to do anything for the rest of the day. And I'm probably just going to fester in my own anger and wait for the mail to come. And hope that something that I bought online comes in the mail to cheer me up. Did you enjoy the show, though? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching this video. Whatever, man. I don't feel like doing the cheeky outro. Later!